After the serenity of Hallstatt, we decided to visit an important historical site on the outskirts of Munich, the infamous Dachau concentration camp. Dachau was one camp in a series of death and forced labor camps used by the Nazis during the Holocaust. It alone saw over 188,000 people pass through its gates, and more than 41,000 of them never made it out. Walking the grounds, one can only imagine the immensity of this camp when it was operating at full capacity and the terror and brutality inflicted on those captured here. While our earlier trip to Mauthausen was impromptu, this trip was planned, and after seeing both, I noticed how much smaller and more personal Mauthausen felt. It felt like an angry place. Dachau, on the other hand, felt so much more methodical, like an industrial human slaughterhouse whose only product was suffering. Thoroughly humbled by our experience, we were determined to start the next day fresh as we headed from the darkest period of human history into a historical celebration of joy and happiness. On our way to Oktoberfest. Your first Oktoberfest.
That I will recall.
That you will recall. Not sure if he's been to one, but first Oktoberfest. And in Germany, which is pretty bad.
Germany.
After watching many videos and reading articles about how difficult it could be to get a table at Oktoberfest, we decided to go early and on a weekday. We arrived at 11 o'clock in the morning and, needless to say, found no lines nor any great rush to find a table. In fact, some of the tents we went to were completely empty. Finally made it to Oktoberfest. My cousin rode a Lime scooter up and they were not going to let him through, but pretty interested to see how this goes. I thought it'd be a little bit bigger, but I don't know, maybe once we get inside we'll see if it is a little bigger. But for now, I wait. Oktoberfest, first beer. Prost.
Yeah.
As time went by, the tents slowly became more populated. We dined on ox stew, giant pretzels, and liters of beer. I will say that while the variety of spices used in German food can be pretty scant, the quality of the food is fantastic. We wandered the grounds, and after one too many liters of beer, I was starting to get sleepy and ready to call it an early evening. We spent the next day exploring Munich by foot and scooter. Surrounded by famous historic landmarks, Munich really is a beautiful city. We spent the day seeing the Frauenkirchen, Marienplatz, and my personal favorite, the Englischer Garden, which is bigger than New York City's Central Park and well worth exploring. It took me a while to process everything I experienced during this trip. The castles of the Holy Roman Empire surrounded by the glass and steel architecture of a modern city, the serene forests, mountains, and parks just minutes from internationally attended festivals of music and joy. The remnants of a dark past preserved for future generations so they might create a brighter future. My time here was enlightening, and yet I still feel like there's so much more to learn about this part of the world.